Hi, my name is Livia, and I'm a tour consultant at Jumpstreet Tours. We are an educational tour company, and we've been serving North American schools for over 30 years, organizing student travel to destinations worldwide. We customize itineraries to Quebec City, New York, Washington, D.C., France, Spain, Costa Rica, among many others. During the 2020-2021 school year, with the volume of schools that were teaching remotely, we wanted to help teachers out by creating a tool to help create content for the classroom. Our educational resources platform now houses over 500 resources from some of our favorite suppliers, and all free of charge. You'll find lesson plans, workshops, virtual tours, videos, podcasts, blog posts, and much more. So I'll be walking you through the platform, which is accessible on our main Jumpstreet website, to show you how you can navigate through it, as well as show you some concrete examples of how you can integrate these resources into your classroom, or how you can use them as you plan your next student trip. So let's get started. We are now on our Jumpstreet website at www.jumpstreet.com, and you can access our free supplier resources by clicking on the link Classroom Resources for Educators, or by scrolling to the Teacher Toolkit section and clicking on Educational Resources. This brings us to our supplier resource platform, which hosts more than 500 resources that we've compiled for you. Our resources are available either in English or French, so you can select the language of your choice by using the filter at the top of the page. Here you can scroll through to see the complete list of available resources for all destinations and subjects. The list might seem a bit overwhelming, so what you can do is narrow down your search by using the filters at the top left-hand side of the page. You can filter by destination, by subject, or by resource type. I'll walk you through a few examples so that you can see how you can use these resources, both for virtual learning or in-class content. If what you're looking for is interactive lesson plans to help your students learn the French language, you can start by filtering with keywords. So let's select French and lesson plan, and then scroll through the results of your search to see what is available. Allo Prof here is a fantastic tool to help students learn the French language in a fun and interactive way. They have multimedia educational resources for many different grade levels and subjects, but let's start by focusing on French. Here you can use the filter to select the grade level of your students. You can also filter by activity type, or simply browse through their most popular activities and lesson plans. I'll open one up here so we can look at it together. If we look at La Classe des mots, you'll find a definition of what this means, different type of word categories, examples and exceptions, as well as videos. Let's look at an example together.
La langue française compte plusieurs sortes de mots. On les appelle les classes de mots. Dans cette vidéo, tu en apprendras davantage à propos de leur utilité et de leurs caractéristiques. Tu te demandes peut-être pourquoi c'est important de connaître les classes de mots. Je t'explique. À l'école et dans la vie de tous les jours, tu as à lire et à écrire des textes. Ceux-ci sont composés de paragraphes contenant des phrases qui sont formés à l'aide de groupes de mots. Ces groupes de mots sont construits avec des mots de différentes classes. Connaître et savoir identifier les mots qui composent ces groupes sont les meilleurs outils qui soient pour te permettre de comprendre ce que tu lis, mais surtout pour développer tes compétences en orthographe et en syntaxe. En effet, quand tu connais les classes de mots, quand tu sais les identifier et que tu comprends le rôle de chacune, tu sais également orthographier les mots, les accorder et les placer de manière à ce que tes phrases soient cohérentes et bien construites. Ce n'est pas rien.
I'll stop it here. You'll see that there are several different videos available, and at the bottom of the page, you'll also find a section on exercises so that the students can put into practice what they've learned. So here's an example of the kind of activity that you can find. Let's go back to our main resource page. We'll clear the categories to start a search for something a bit different. If what you're looking for is more of a fun way to bring travel into the classroom, the virtual stroll in Quebec City really makes you feel as though you were there. Let's take a look at this 360-degree video. As much as I'd like to continue exploring Old Quebec, we'll stop it here. If you're more interested in virtual tours in Europe, similarly, the virtual tour of the Palace of Versailles is one of our favorites. So I'll give you a sneak peek at what you can experience. I'll bring you directly to La Chambre de la Reine to give you an idea of the kind of tour that they offer.
Les tentures du lit et des murs ont été retissées à Lyon d'après les modèles originaux de celles que la reine a connues. De part et d'autre du lit, deux portes dissimulées dans la tenture permettent d'accéder aux cabinets intérieurs de la reine. C'est par la porte de gauche que Marie-Antoinette réussit à échapper aux révolutionnaires ayant envahi le château au matin du 6 octobre 1789.
So these are just a couple of examples of the kind of virtual tours that are available on the resource platform. If we turn our focus more towards Spanish now, we can start a search by selecting keywords, Spanish and lesson plan. If we scroll through here, the Spanish Experiment has some online Spanish lessons for beginners with audio sound. They have many different categories available depending on what you are working on. We can have a look at the Spanish greetings as a place to start. So here you can click on different words to hear and practice the pronunciation of each one.
Hola. Buenos días. Buenas tardes. Buenas noches.
As you scroll through, you'll see that the site is built in a way that you would structure a sentence, and you can easily move from one lesson to the next at the bottom of the page. Staying on the topic of Spanish, the Arlington National Cemetery Education Program also has some great teaching material. So let's open this up, and we'll take a look at the Spanish-American War. Here you'll find lots of different topics to choose from, and you'll find teaching material for elementary, middle school, or high school. As you'll see here, you really have everything you need for in-class activities. At Jumpstreet, we also have a great referral program called Walk Across the Hall, which enables you to support your trip cost if you refer a group that travels with us. So sharing these resources with the social studies teacher who might organize a class trip to Washington, D.C., for example, could potentially facilitate the organizing of your next trip with the funds that you would receive. Washington, D.C. has lots of great museums that supply educational resources. The International Spy Museum is one that is loaded with free classroom lessons, and they have lots of different activities to choose from. You can download the lesson plan, and they even have YouTube videos explaining each activity. So I'll open one up here so we can look at it together. Something else I would like to show you on our resource page are some educational quizzes that our team at Jumpstreet created, which you can upload into your Kahoot account and use in the classroom. You can easily find our quizzes by doing a quick search for Jumpstreet in the search bar and filtering by quiz. You'll find quizzes on many of our top destinations, focusing on the history of the city, fun facts, geography, and you'll find some both in English and in Spanish, and you can view the ones in French by using the filter at the top of the page. We're frequently updating our resources and quizzes, so watch out for some new French and Spanish quizzes coming online. Many of our quizzes also relate to some of our favorite resources found on our Supplier resource platform, such as the National Air and Space Museum, the Montreal Expo, the Battles of the Plain of Abraham, or the Palace of Versailles. So exploring these resources and doing the quiz can be a really fun way to test out what was learned. So these are just a few examples of the many ways that you can use the resource platform to help create content for the classroom. I hope you enjoyed the tour of the platform and that it will be useful to you. Keep in mind that we're frequently updating our platform with free Supplier resources and quizzes, so keep coming back. Over the past year, we've also developed some virtual tours for our groups, along with virtual cooking and music workshops with some of the suppliers that we work with. So whether you're looking for something virtual or if you want information on planning a class trip, our Jumpstreet staff is always ready to speak with you.